Hey guys, this is Chris with Barely Sober News, back for another episode of Walker Talk. And we're here reviewing the Season 8 of The Walking Dead premiere. It was their 100th episode. Guys, I'm going to come out and say it. I did not enjoy the episode. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it objectively, but for a 100th episode in this show, we're now on season 8. There was nothing new brought to the table here, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people might disagree, or a lot of people might agree, but I think this is like where the line in the sand is being drawn between the people that are fed up with the show and the people that are still just blindly loving it. And I say blindly because this is a show that's not bringing us much innovation. And you would think on something like the 100th episode, we're deep into the mix of this, and I'm going to start getting into a little bit of spoilers here. So if you're trying to avoid those, maybe switch to another video, or go watch the episode and come back. But we're right at the war with Negan. We're at all-out war. This should be epic. I understand this is a TV show and there's budget issues, and I get that, but honestly, this isn't the 90s anymore. This isn't on ABC. This is a show with so much popularity and had so much momentum, and it just doesn't really cut it to kind of cut costs in these sort of productions anymore. Just on a small scale, like the sets that they film in, you can just tell that they're not like, they're small sets. They're small, contained sets. They're trying to crop out things that they don't want seen. So in the episode, and this is going to be a little bit more of like a ramble, so sorry for that, guys, but I'm just coming hot off of it. But the episode itself is really focuses around Rick and the Alexandrian people, the Hilltop people, the Kingdom people, all taking out some of the lookout points that Negan has set up, and going straight to the sanctuary to basically declare war and try to win their first battle. When they get to the factory, I shit you not, it looks like they have like max 20 people with them. The set is so small, it just feels so what's the word? Like confined, so like claustrophobic in there. It's like they barely could. This is like a battle. This is a battle. Picture any battle you see in both TV and movies. I gotta stop comparing the show to Game of Thrones, because it's just on a 100% different level in terms of quality and on budget. But show us a little more of what's going on. I don't want to see just tight close-up shots of Rick and then tight close-up shots of Negan and back and forth and back and forth. Let us feel like there's a lot more people here, that this is an actual battle. And that's just like an initial complaint. This didn't feel like a 100th episode. This felt like this could have been any little, I actually feel like the battles that they had with the governor in Woodsbury? Can't even remember the name of it now. Is it Woodsbury? But those battles that they had there, I'm not even talking at the prison. I'm talking about those little battles they had in the town there, felt more epic than this to me. This was, just a total letdown, a real total letdown, to be honest. But what felt like the majority of the episode, maybe it actually was leading up to it. And, we go through a lot more of Rick's speeches, Maggie's speeches, Ezekiel's speeches. And I feel like that's how season 7 ended. Right? I caught the last 10 minutes of the previous episode just to kind of reacquaint myself before watching the premiere. And that's where we left off. Everyone was giving their speeches. Now you watch these episodes back to back and you just have speeches. I just found it a little strange. They were trying to eat up time. We don't need that even at this point, have it in one or the other, but we know what these people have gone through. Stop telling us what they've gone through and show what they've gone through. So that's another complaint. Another one I had was, the playing with the time. So this episode makes a weird choice to have 3 different timelines going at the same time. We cut back and forth between them, and it felt unnecessary to me. A lot of it was the preparation for the battle, then it was the battle itself, and then there's this flash forward. I think we could have having the flash forward is fine. If you're a comic book reader, then it's a little confusing why they're doing that because it's kind of spoiling the future. But then they might have some tricks up their sleeve. But the preparation for the battle, like Jesus Christ, we do not need that. We do not need more scenes of Daryl riding on his motorcycle with walkers following him. It's like the only trick they have in the book. And what, this time he shot some things that exploded as he was coming? Like, big fucking deal. That's not really gonna, like, make me go, wow, 100th episode, they have an explosion. And it's like, you've desensitized us to walkers, to big hordes of walkers, to explosions, to Daryl riding on his motorcycle. None of these things are new. None of these things are cool. Pretty much a big letdown. And then, the episode kind of just wraps up with a cliffhanger with Gabriel and Negan being together, which I'm not excited. It didn't make me go, I can't wait to see what happens next. It just seems like, once again, I've made videos on this, but once again, someone is taken as a prisoner on The Walking Dead. It's like the only plot device they have to keep things going back and forth. Someone's taken prisoner here, then someone's taken prisoner there, then someone's taken prisoner here. They just repeat the same stuff. So overall, guys, I really want to keep this short and to the point. There's no purpose to listening to me ramble for 20 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. But guys, I don't know. The show, it doesn't do it for me. Even comparing it to Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm not even comparing stories, but just like the scope of the world seems so much bigger. The sets seem just more impressive. I'm just tired of seeing these little confined areas that it just looks to me like a cheap production, and I don't want All Out War to feel like that. It's going to be really hard to get into this show and expect this big season of a war that they're promising when they started off with such a small bang. Should have been a big bang. It was a small bang. All right, guys, this was Chris with Barely Sober News, doing another Walker Talk. Can't promise I'll be here next week, but we'll try to get someone to do a review, so keep that notification on your YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Barely Sober News, and Twitter, of course. And talk to you guys soon.